Alright, going into jungle rollers now. Again, I'm gonna mute my mic and just play through it once, and then I'll re-enter and talk through it. Alright, so that was jungle rollers. There's actually quite a lot to that level, even if it looked kind of straightforward. I'll get into that for sure. Basically right off the bat though, I'll just say this so that way I don't have to sit there and wait. You want to be holding up as you're in this loading screen, and then you're just going to spin to get the mask box once you've moved up a little bit. And then this first mask form really doesn't matter at all because you have to wait on the second one anyways. So basically, like, none of your movement here matters. As long as you get to the other mask form before this one runs out, your movement doesn't matter here whatsoever. Which is kind of annoying, kind of lame, but it's whatever. What I did kind of slowly in that example was here. You want to grab that as soon as you can after it runs out. I'm gonna do this once, like again, right here. Everything I'm doing right now, I'm just gonna do it once again because I can't really explain it as I do it. I'm just gonna do it once and show you what it accomplishes. All of that movement lets you do that. It lets the mask form last just long enough so you can pass through this roller and you don't have to wait on it at all. What we used to do, instead of, we'd either blow the TNT up, wait on it, and then jump right when they rolled past. And then something else we started doing was blowing up the TNT, and then you can jump up here and then jump over the rollers. But we finally figured out how to be able to make the mask form last long enough to get through the rollers, so I'm gonna try and backtrack and explain how I did all the movement. I don't usually backtrack through this level though, so this could go poorly. This is fine. Okay, so you notice when I ended the first mask form, I stood all the way up here. Make sure you stay really far left, like when you do that, so that way you don't end up breaking this mask on accident. And I stand up here rather than like back here, where it'd be safer, because when I activate the next mask form, I want to be as far like this way as I can be when I am in the animation, like getting it. So that way I don't have to go as far. Because like if I got it here, I'd have to run from here. But if I get it here, I'm already this close. So once you get the mask form, you just have to hug turns the entire time and do like as short a hops as you can. So the first thing you do is you pull kind of straight left and get over here. So that way you're hugging this turn right off the bat. When you jump again, you want to land on... You always want to try and land on these roller things if you can, because you'll touch the ground sooner, because it's a raised elevation, and then you can just run straight off of them and you don't ever lose your speed. So you'll jump onto that, run off of it, and then right here you'll jump back across to the right because that left turn ended and now you're going to be on a right turn soon. So you'll jump across to the right here and just hug this right wall. You can just hold up basically the entire time. Don't be too far right because then you'll get stuck on this a little bit. So make sure you're like a little bit off the wall so you walk right past it instead. Right here you'll jump once, and then 1 second. If I was in mask form, you don't have to wait on these rollers. You'll jump up here again and just run. When I'm here, I hug this right wall as much as I can, and then right when I get to this wall of boxes, there would be 12 boxes here. I move left just a little bit to make sure I grab them all, and then move back to the right again, because this is a right turn still. So jump up here, run off of it. Again, you always want to jump onto these rollers, not over them, because you want to touch the ground as soon as possible. This whole time you're still hugging the right turn. And you keep hugging the right turn until between... I look at this pillar and this pillar over here. And, oops. Great. Good, we're right here at least, it's fine. So you keep hugging the right turn this entire time. And once you get about here, you can pull diagonal up left. You want to make sure you're doing like... You can do like kind of slight diagonals too, instead of doing like a full diagonal. If you're on analog, you can do a slight diagonal like that. You want to be doing all this on analog, by the way. I should have said that originally. Because of that, you can go on like slighter diagonals, which slows you down less than if you're on D-pad. This is all you can do, is straight diagonals like that, which are much slower. So basically just between this pillar and this pillar, you want to end up switching over to the left side. And then when you're on this side, you just keep holding up. Once you've lined up on this side, all you do is hold up from here to the end. Keep doing short hops, land here, you'll blow up the TNT, and then do a short hop, land on that, and you should just barely squeak past this without getting hit. It's really, really tricky. If you can't seem to get past the roller, at least still do all that movement, because it is still saving you time. And then it's not too hard to just jump up here, and then jump over the rollers. And it's really not too much slower. It's like less than half a second slower, I think. So you literally just jump up there and jump up here. And that's not too bad either. So then your mask form runs out. You still want to hug turns though, even though your mask form's out, because it's always good to hug turns. Here you'd still be kind of on the left, and then about here you can move over to the right. These rollers would normally be moving this way, so you can kind of jump around them like that, so that way you're still on the right. Make sure you're keep breaking boxes. And then here, even though there's like a left turn right here, you see? For this little bit here, it's actually a right turn, so the best way to hug the turn is to actually get up on this wall. And since it's uphill, we also jump. So we just jump and hug this wall. And then once we get here where it starts turning left, then we kind of jump to the other side, spin that plant, and then jump straight into the portal from up here. And that's the whole level. Skipping the roller is pretty precise, and it's definitely not necessary. You can always just jump over it. And if you're having trouble with that, you can always just wait on the left as well. But if you're doing all that movement at the beginning and then you end up waiting on the roller, you're not actually saving any time by doing all that movement. So I would suggest at least practicing jumping over it. But being able to run through the roller is definitely the best way to do it. But yeah, hopefully that was good enough.